Hi, this is BJ from Digital Mind. I'm just shooting a very short video on how to do SEO in a world of changing rules. The first point I'd like to cover with you is basically that the rules of SEO are the same. It's basically that Google is the master. They define the rules and the algorithm for what ends up being on the first page of Google. So you basically have to understand what those rules are and do what you can to live up to it. Secondly, content is king. Google is mainly interested in optimizing the search experience for those that use their search engine. And that is basically defined by the reasons that people end up going to your site. And that is generally based on the content that you provide on your website. If it's appealing and interesting, you will have visitors to your website. And finally, that social is coming. This is probably one of the biggest lessons that was learned from the success of sites like Facebook and Twitter. The only problem here is there's very few people that have a very clear idea on how to use social effectively. The next point I'd like to cover with you is focus on keywords. There's 3 places that I suggest you go to get a good idea of which keywords to use. The first place is Google Easy Search, which is a part of Google AdWords. It's basically a service that allows you to quickly identify which keywords might be relevant to your niche and their respective search traffic. Secondly, SEMrush. SEMrush is a site which allows you to put in the URL of, for instance, a competitor and immediately identify which top keywords are ranking for that particular website and the respective traffic. And finally, Google Trends. Google Trends is, in a way, a continuation of Google Easy Search. It allows you to find the individual trends of the keywords that has the highest traffic in regard to particular niches. And it also allows you to find out which keywords are rising. Next, consider SEO as a part of something bigger. There's a lot of people that get blinded by focusing too much on technology, while in reality SEO is a lot common sense. Integrate all your marketing with keywords. Now, by that I mean try to think of 5 to 6 points that sums up what it is that you do, what the website is all about. That will allow you to be more focused in what you end up putting on your website. And finally, be willing to change. The top keywords of your business today might be a lot different in 3 to 4 years' time, depending on how much change is in the content that you are putting on the website. 4. It's not only about links. Now, by that I mean, how are you talked about externally? It's not only about the content that you're putting out and how it's linked. It's a lot about how people react to it. And a good science of finding that out is trying to observe how many are mentioning you. Are you getting good reactions? Are people responding positively? Are you getting comments? Which takes me to the final point. How viral are you? You can easily see how viral you are by checking how many shares you get. How many are sharing the post that you're putting out. And you can also check it out by looking at your analytics. You can just log into Google Analytics if you have that installed on your website and see how much of your traffic comes from social media sites. 5. Have a content strategy. Now, by that I mean to basically do 3 things. First, have a strategy by creating content. So by that you could create content by making articles, by creating video, by creating audio. And secondly, to duplicate that content. For instance, an article can become an email course. A video can be used as an audio, and an audio can be put together in sequence and become an audio course or a podcast. And finally, to spread it. When it comes to spreading, using social media is probably one of the best tools to use. It allows you to quickly and easily and without cost effectively spread out content. 6. Use multiple traffic channels. Now here I've listed 3 of the biggest social media networks. Twitter is a very quick option. It allows you to put out links in 140 characters to websites in particular and create a little bit of a social buzz. Facebook allows you to do a little bit of the same, but allows you to add more content and connect to a little bit of a bigger network in a way, because people that go on Facebook spend a little bit more time and they are a little bit more interactive with the platform. And finally, we have LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is more targeted toward professional. It's more targeted toward professionals that have worked like accountants or lawyers. So that is a good place to put business-to-business links. Secondly, automate the spreading of content. Now, there's many ways you can do that. There are a lot of plugins for WordPress in particular, which allows you to basically create a structure for automating it. I also strongly recommend a website called ifttt.com, which is completely free and allows you to basically set up recipes for where you want content to be shared and how you want it to be shared. It also allows you to spread content that comes from, for instance, Vimeo, a video site, and effectively spread that through your social network so that you don't need to create all the content yourself, reducing your content cost. And finally, monitor what gets the greatest reception. This is a very simple way to get a feel about what it is that your audience are interested in, and it's a very simple way to identify market opportunities. For instance, if you're putting out a post and you get a lot of likes on it, you might get ideas to write other posts by quite simply reading the comments that is underneath the likes. 7. Forget about SEO. It's a lot about learning the game. And the game is not really that much about technology. It's more about trying to understand the logic of it. As I've covered previously, everyone wants to be on top of Google if they have a site that they want to have traffic to. So your way of getting around that is trying to think psychologically. What can you do with your site to make it more attractive to visitors? What can you do to make it more appealing? That should be a goal, and a very simple way of making your site more appealing is to provide good reasons for them to come to you, and that is to put out content you know that they want to read or see or hear or watch. Okay, that's about it. If you'd like to see more videos like this, just go to digitalmind.com.